Welcome back to the show. Our next guest is Sir John Franklin. He traveled all the way from the past to be with us here today. When I say the past, I really mean the past. Mr. Franklin was born on April 16, 1786 in Spilsbury, England. Mr. Franklin was an Arctic explorer who sailed from the Great Britain's Royal Navy. He was sent on 3 expeditions to find the Northern Passage, a sailing route through the present-day Canadian Arctic Ocean. He successfully mapped over 3,000 kilometers of previously unexplored coastline. Help me welcome Mr. Franklin.
Hello, my friends.
Thank you for joining us here today. We have many questions for you. May I get right to it?
Of course.
When did you start your amazing journey of being an explorer?
Many years ago, at 12 years of age, I joined the crew of a merchant ship, and by 14, I joined the Royal Navy. My parents hoped that I would be a businessman or wanted me to join the church, but after the first time I sailed, I couldn't stop.
Very interesting.
Soon afterwards, I was discharged and returned home. I joined the ship as midshipman in 1801. Here I learned to draw maps and use navigational instruments.
What happened next?
With the end of the war, the Royal Navy had many ships available for exploration.
Why did Britain want to find a sailing route through the Northwest Passage?
Many, including myself, believed that it would be a quicker route to Asia than the ones that existed at the time. In Asia, traders would get spices, silks, and other goods that could be sold for a lot of money in Europe.
Tell me about the first expedition.
In 1819, I was chosen to lead an expedition overland from Hudson Bay to chart the north coast of Canada eastward from the Coppermine River. We were lucky to have trading posts, where we picked up boats, food, and supplies. The voyageurs and natives acted as guides and taught us and teached us how to hunt for food.
Isn't this the voyage where you famously ate your boots?
Yes, it is. There are many hardships in the Arctic. We ran out of food supplies and we were forced to live off wild berries, lichen, and animal skins, including our own boots. We lost 11 of 20 men in our party to the starvation.
But what about the second journey?
In 1823, the Navy again asked us to return to the Arctic and continued mapping the Northwest Passage. We were to focus on the mouth of the Mackenzie River and follow the coast westward. This time, we were smart and carried more supplies. We also used stronger boats and could withstand the floating ice and rough water. When we hit the Arctic Ocean, we divided into 2 groups. One headed east and the other headed west. We were successful in mapping over 3,000 kilometers of previously unexplored coastline.
Describe your relationship with the Inuits or native peoples of the Arctic.
It was mostly friendly. We brought trade items such as beads and metal knives, and they supplied us with fish and meat. They taught us how to hunt, and we taught them how to read and write.
What happened on our last journey in 1845?
Sadly, my last voyage ended with my death on June 11th, 1845. We thought that we were prepared with 3 years' worth of food supplies in case we got stuck in the ice. The ships were named the Erebus and the Terror. Both were lined with iron plates to protect against the ice. Steam engines powered a propeller which helped to push the ship through the water. Coal fueled the steam engine and helped heat the ship. This time we sailed across the Atlantic Ocean and along the west coast of Greenland. Our boats became locked in ice for 2 years. During this time, many men died of scurvy. I understand that some may have also died of lead poisoning from canned foods. The rest of the 128 men died from starvation.
What sort of transportation did you use?
Aside from the ships that we used to get to the Arctic, we trekked by foot and by canoe. We also used sledges. They were sleds used to transport supplies. They were made of wood and used long metal runners to glide across the snow.
Well, Mr. Franklin, it has been an honor having you on our show.
Thank you.